All right, Ravens flock, what's going on with you guys? Hope everybody is enjoying their day. So, we've got some news coming from the Ravens. They have given Nick Boyle a 2-year, $13 million extension with $10.5 million guaranteed. This is a very smart move by the Ravens and a great decision for two reasons. Number one, Nick Boyle was a very important part of this offense. He is the best blocking tight end on our team, and you can argue he's the best blocking tight end in the game. His impact in the run blocking was very crucial, and when he got injured, part of that was lost. And we definitely did see some improvements for the team to just hold up, but we really could have used that run blocking or just that blocking in general in the divisional game against the Bills, but we ain't gonna talk about that. So yeah, his impact was definitely missed in the run blocking. But not only that, he's great at run blocking, but he also has a solid pair of hands. And he's also able to get open in the middle of the field and give another target for Lamar Jackson. This also helps out Mark Andrews because he doesn't have to see double teams nearly as much. Because if you focus on double teaming Andrews, now there's another person open in the middle of the field that Lamar feels comfortable throwing to in Nick Boyle. So this is going to help give more opportunities to Mark Andrews. When it's just Andrews out there by himself, they're going to double team him and get him out the game. He's not that good enough to deal with the double teams like that. So, but when you have an experienced veteran like Nick Boyle, it definitely helps out because not only can he do great in the blocking, but he can also go out and also be a receiving target as well, which should make it easier because now the defense has to put some emphasis and focus on him, which should make Andrews' job a little bit easier in terms of getting open and getting separation. So we definitely missed that aspect. God knows when we lost Boyle, when he went down, the tight end situation became very, very difficult. And it became incredibly difficult to see Andrews do anything. He was actually struggling in some points like that because he just couldn't get open. He was the only good tight end there, so they just focused on him. And we saw what happens when you don't have a good tight end. We all remember what happened on Thanksgiving. We're not going to talk about that either. So yeah, making sure you bring back Nick Boyle was definitely crucial. And I'm glad he's going to be here for another couple of years. Great decision by them. But that's not the only positive by this. By extending him and giving him this extension overall, the second thing that makes this whole extension a great move and just overall a smart move by the team is that by doing so, they end up freeing some cap space, which is exactly what they're looking to do. Obviously, we know the offseason's pretty much here for us. And free agency at some point is going to start happening, and you're going to be looking to try and sign somebody possibly or do something with that. Also, you're looking to give Lamar an extension and stuff. And, Andrews still got to get something there. So, yeah, freeing up some cap space could definitely help with that. And by making this deal with Boyle, they end up freeing some cap space. So that's a double whammy. That's just a double positive right there. You bring back a very solid player that had a crucial role in your offense and made a big impact in terms of run blocking and being another weapon for Lamar Jackson to utilize over the middle, which also helps out his tight end and Andrews get open or get more opportunities to get open because he doesn't have to deal with double teams all the time. So you bring this guy back and you also free up some cap space. So this is definitely a great deal in both aspects. Now we all know that, Boyle ended up suffering that season-ending injury a little over halfway through the season and he was just gone. So we're just hoping for a speedy recovery there. I'm sure he should be fine by now. I don't know how long his injury was going to last. I believe he's going to be fine by the time we get to training camp. So he's going to be good, and he's coming back. So that's definitely a great thing. And overall, this decision is it's just nice for the Ravens, okay? It's just a smart move. It's a great decision, bringing back a solid player that has a crucial part and a crucial role in your offense and just makes an impact there and also freeing up cap space. That's exactly what you want to do. So we'll definitely see what the Ravens plan to do as, the days come by. We still know about the talks about extending Lamar Jackson. I believe they said within the next 10 days they're going to be talking to Lamar about possibly extending him. I don't know what deal they're looking to give him. I don't know what the situation is with that. They do have a couple other people they have to sign. But, they'll focus on that. They know what they're doing. Right now, freeing up cap space could definitely help because I know a lot of people are hoping the Ravens can go out and get a legit receiver, just a proven receiver from free agency. We know we've been talking about a certain player to come here, and everyone's been promoting him. We'll see what they do with that, but I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of good proven receivers. Not even a lot, but just a few good proven receivers that are going to be in free agency. And if you can bring one of them to Baltimore, it can definitely help. A veteran presence can definitely help. And it can definitely help giving Lamar Jackson a legit number one receiver to throw to. It can not only help Lamar, it'll also help Hollywood as he continues to develop his game. Because now he'll get more opportunities and he may be able to go off more as he continues to develop and get better heading into his third season. So we'll just see what they do with that. We'll see how they deal with the whole Lamar Jackson extension thing. I don't know. If I was to guess, it's going to be 5 years. It's either going to be 5 years or 6 years. Like maybe a 5-year, $200 million deal. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, they know what they're going to do with that. They're probably going to want to pay him around the same amount Deshaun Watson got paid. I don't know. They'll figure that situation out when they talk about it. And when it happens, I'll definitely be here to discuss it. And I know people definitely talk about, hey, does he deserve it? Because I'm already seeing people talk about they should pump the brakes on extending Lamar Jackson. Yeah, sure. I'm sure they should do that. Instead of focusing on trying to get the man help, they should pump the brakes on extending him because he's clearly the problem. Not the fact that they haven't really put anything around him to help him. I always find it funny how everyone wants to tell Lamar he's got to do more, but no one wants to look at the franchise and say, what are you doing for this quarterback? Yet when the team fails, all of it goes to Lamar, yet you guys are asking him to do everything, and the franchise isn't doing much to help him get to where they need to be. But whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, Nick Boyle, just glad for him to be back. He's going to be here at least for another couple seasons. That's definitely great. Having him back in the offense next year should definitely help with the run blocking. And hopefully, by the time we see these guys step on the field next season, this offensive line has improved. Looking ahead towards the draft, it's clear as day they need to pick up some offensive linemen. Listen, you have more than enough players on the defensive side. I'm not saying you don't pick up a defensive player if you don't want it. But that first round pick needs to be used on either an interior offensive lineman or a receiver. One or the two. Just somebody on the offensive side. That first round pick we have needs to be used on the offensive side. Please. An interior offensive lineman, a receiver, one of those two. Do not sit back and say, you know what we need? Another linebacker or another. No, we need an interior offensive lineman or a receiver. This draft has plenty of good receivers. You can pick one up, and it has a lot of good linemen in this draft. Take one of those two, please. As for Boyle, I can't wait to see him next year. He's definitely been a great part of this offense. Definitely helps out with the run blocking, and I know he's going to be great next year. He's going to be 100% healthy, ready to go, and helping impact this offense the way he does. He's a bit of an unsung hero on this offense. A lot of people don't like to talk about his impact, but he definitely plays an important role on the team. So I'm just glad to see he's going to be coming back, and now with this extension, he's going to be here for a couple years. So that's good to hear. With that being said, we'll see what happens moving forward. That is all I got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace. Wait, before I go, we definitely do have things we have to talk about related to the Ravens, but I'm looking to talk about that after the Super Bowl because I want the complete season to end before we start talking about what the Ravens need to do moving forward. Also, as this week comes, it rounds down, we got to prepare for the Super Bowl. So my, my prediction for Super Bowl 55 between the Bucs and the Chiefs, I'll definitely be talking about that next week. I might also just break down how both teams ended up here in terms of just talking about the level of difficulty in terms of teams they had to play in order to get to this place and who I think just has the edge here. I'll just be discussing Super Bowl stuff next week, and then once the Super Bowl goes by, then we'll begin to talk about the Ravens themselves. I'll start talking about that Greg Roman video I've been waiting to put out. I'll talk about Lamar Jackson, what he needs to do in the offseason. We'll talk about the Ravens, what they need to do in the offseason. And then we'll just continue to go from there. Also, I'll probably talk about and ask you guys what other things you want me to do for this channel. Because, again, this is a sports channel. But at the same time, I've given myself the freedom to do anything on this channel. So whatever you guys want me to do moving forward, you can always leave it in the comment section. And, like, I'll definitely be talking about that and promoting that more so I can start expanding to other things. Because, I'll still be talking about football and sports here, and I'll probably be starting to slowly transition into the NBA. But there are other things we could definitely talk about here. And if you guys have other interests you want me to talk about, I can certainly do that. I ain't got no problem. With that being said, now I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace.